So yeah, I guess we see everything from start to finish now. Milgram remain Milgram. So what are you going to do now, game? Son, replace Takayuki. Like, I don't get the point of showing me all these events. You can kind of piece together the events so far, even without showing them. Iria replaced Sakiko. The same site. A repeat of a tragedy. The world. Is now here. I mean, tragedies happen even if we don't see them. Agyo Iria. I'm supposed to search for her? The events following this moment have already been calculated. I forked the world and saw the possibilities. Son kills Milgram. That's a typo. Iria dies from her. Pierced heart. Die. Death. Kill. I have learned these from multitudes of memories. Death. From multitudes of lives, I have comprehended death. I still don't comprehend death, actually. But I know that the X-Brain right now is making calculations based on, you know, like the events that transpired so far. Without intervention, Iria will die. She will die. Oh, this is Subcon, right? I guess Subcon is trying to change. I'm suffering. I don't want this. I'm sad. There was something else on the left side. I can't see it. No. She mustn't die. Save her. I will. Save Iria. Yeah, I guess this is Subcon, isn't it? I thought it was like a meta. That's us. Use life material. I cannot manipulate freely, but I can use it to stop the bleeding. Create an artificial heart and pump blood. Overturn the future. What the fuck? Pull in the new future. Recalculating using new parameters. It's no use. Not enough time. Bleeding cannot be stopped effectively. Artificial organ inefficient. Reconstitute life material. Search for a better way to stop bleeding. Search results 0. No chance of improved efficiency. Current situation something. Emergency, I think. In most cases, destruction of heart causes instant death. Nagaoka Son perceives Iria as lost. His only goal now is to defeat Milgram. He will not make it at the current pace. Subcon can interface with X-Brains. Son just needs to use his external brain. I will suggest the optimal actions. But Son is not warning his X-Brain. Yeah, his X-Brain is on Iria at that moment, right? He is fighting with his own strength. He believes that he has made the right decision. Perhaps he has. I think he has too, to be honest. But he will not make it in time, I think. Please, use it. I am right here. I am here. The X-Brain's light doesn't reach him. Son doesn't notice. How to make him use his X-Brain. This won't work. Iria will die. I mean, I also don't want this, but... Possibility 0. I have to save her. Another X-Brain holds possibilities. I have to save her. Etika is wearing her X-Brain, but I doubt that Etika is going to be fast enough in defeating Hokuyasu. Hollow? Yeah, I'm guessing she's trying to reach for Etika right now. But is she strong enough though? I'm actually really anticipating what the hell is going to happen. How do they try to prevent this? I am interested in knowing. Is there still no possibility even after that thorough research that you did? Another X-Brain holds possibilities. Wait, are you just gonna end at that? No, right? Whew! I was gonna be so mad if that ended there. Okay, this fight is the same, so we can skip here right now. I guess something is going to be different here. Ah, so Etika is gonna choose the re-eliminator. Man, I don't even have a choice. This is the only choice. It's always been my style to go against whatever my X-Brain says. Under normal circumstances, I probably would have reached for Rabbit Punch. But now... I decide to pick up the two re-eliminators. The pride of the close quarters arm martial arts training unit. The old man's curse. A chain that's bound me all my life. The moment I pick them up, my body does the rest on its own. Prioritizing precision and accuracy above all else, I seek optimal results using the minimum of effort. No more need for empty threats and hollow bravado. This is the exact opposite of how I've acted up until now. And yet, God, I hate to even admit it, but it feels more right than anything I've ever done before. It's almost like my body was specifically designed for this. Then again, I did learn it from Kibanohara Hokuyasu himself, the former commander of the CQAMA training unit. I wanted to find common ground with my old man. I wanted him to accept me. I loved him. Man, I feel like I actually have to stop the episode right here. I can't believe it, but I thought it was going to be like super short. But we are at an hour 52 minutes. Holy shit, this is longer than I expected. I know this is really like premature of me to end the episode, but if I go on, this is gonna be a 3-hour episode. And I don't think that's a good idea for the current me. I think I'm gonna cut out until like the part where Subcon found what's going on, or maybe after like the pass is done showing, and then I can probably make this into a last episode of some sort, if like there's not much left. But I feel like there's still going to be quite a bit left, so future Azai here will be resigning, or like past Azai, and I'll be passing the torch to future Azai. So if you guys are watching this, this is going to be where I save the game. I'm not gonna do my usual outro because technically speaking, this is not where you guys will be seeing the outro. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple of seconds with the power of editing, but I will be doing the next episode, or the current episode, tomorrow. And we're back. Sorry about the abrupt cut there, but with the power of editing, this should be like a whole new episode, or, well, not a whole new episode, but you know, like a continuation of the last time I recorded. So I just came back from the gym, ate some dinner, and here we are. Short recap. It seems Subcon wants Iria to stay alive in Iria's route, and right now we are finishing off Hokuyasu by choosing the re-eliminator. Sorry about last time, I really think that this game would have like not this much content left, but turns out the game always proves me wrong. But yeah, other than that, nothing really happened, right? Subcon was seeing all throughout the like alternate timelines, I guess, where Iria survived, but in this one, Iria actually died. So she was trying to find a way to save her. And we are finishing off Hokuyasu as Etika right now. My muzzle spikes crash into his jaw with expert precision. It upsets his balance, allowing me to deliver a follow-up kick to cripple his leg. With nothing left to support him, the old man's body crumples to the ground. Alright. My mind is made up. I feel like this is for sure going to be the very last episode though. There's no way there's gonna be more than like an hour and a half of content left, right? If there is, this game is truly beyond like what I thought. I saw that the average time for people to play this game was about 30 hours or 40 hours, I believe, in VNDB. No turning back now. I've had more than 60 hours, I believe. I heard the truth from Milgram. How you were tormented by guilt after killing your own comrade. Your pain was no less real than mine. It ate away at you at all these years. But don't you worry. I'll make it go away. As if the hands of time have been wound back. His iron mask comes peeling off. I see. You finally acknowledged that I have a place in this world. That I too was born for a reason. In which case, it's my job to re-eliminate you. This guy couldn't be honest when he was still alive. He could only be honest when, you know, he got turned into a living dead. That's pretty sad. Rest in peace, old man. Now, is she faster? Are we at the... No, this is already at the point where... Son, yeah, see? This is already when Iria's heart was shot. Or, you know, like... Milgram's hand went through Iria's heart. And this is where he's gonna shoot Iria. Aren't we, like, still too late at this point, then? Like, what's the point? What's going to happen? What's going to change? Is Ethica gonna make Son change his mind? I hear a gunshot. Milgram immediately dodges out of the way, allowing me to get back on my feet. The shot came from... Ethica, my trusty and loyal partner. She's holding a re-eliminator in each hand. The blood they're smeared in is probably from... Ethica flashes a grin without a hint of regret. Oh, sorry about that. Milgram looks down at the lifeless body on the floor next to him. Ethica's ex-brain should have already informed her that Iria is beyond saving. And yet... You know, it was pretty nice to see these two team up again. They didn't really team up as a, like, partner other than the route where it was Kansu's, right? That was a pretty cool one, in my opinion, when they were trying to retrieve Iria back. How? I give her a nod. I guess Ethica being here made So not really lose hope that Iria's not dead, but she's clearly dead though. For some reason, I feel like something's watching over us. Like someone's here by our side, supporting us in our time of need. Iria can be saved. Oddly enough, I now feel certain of that fact. We share a brief exchange before charging straight at Milgram. I take his right, she takes his left. Milgram blocks our attacks, one with each side pistol. However, we both have 2 re-eliminators each. He leaps backwards. Milgram's raw speed exceeds ours by a great deal, to say nothing of his exhaustive knowledge of CQAMA, allowing him to strike our blind spots and predict our unique ticks with ease. He must have studied the weaknesses of his opponents extensively with the intention of surpassing Nagoka Takeyuki. I'm not sure I could have defeated him on my own. Well, in another timeline, you did, Son. With a bit of luck though, I suppose. And I guess Milgram really did want to die, so he might have been taking it easy too. But with the 2 of us, we're unbeatable. As Milgram kicks himself off the wall and leaps into the air, the stained glass window shatters behind him. A voice rings out, and the world changes with it. The hell is this? I guess it's some sort of artificial space created by applying projection mapping to life material. These things remind me of the conveyor belts they had in the Tokyo Megafloat. As the scenery vanishes in the blink of an eye, the buildings around us come crumbling down, producing falling debris of various sizes. Damn, this looks fun. It's almost like a video game. What the hell? This is Son right now? Son, are you crazy? What the hell? Did you just forget that Iria is dying? Or is dead, in fact? Actually, let's put on the brakes here. This ain't the time to be getting all carried away. The alternating speeds of the conveyor belt are making things a tad more complicated. Yeah, Son seems to be having a hard time with Milgram down there. Oh wow, they're actually like changing perspective. Like, so, oh, this is not Son's perspective, it's Ethica's. Right, there was a like a loading screen. Alright. I was like, what the fuck? Son is not this happy-go-lucky, right? I thought that the perspective was changing without the transition anymore, so I was like, that's pretty cool, but I remember that there was a transition. Guess it's time for my ex-brain to earn its keep. I'm not exactly a fan of being this thing's obedient little puppet, but its calculations should come in handy in a situation as out of the ordinary as this. Adhering to the on-screen suggestion, I carefully avoid the falling debris and close in on Milgram. I use the speed of the conveyor belt to slam right into the bastard. Huh. Coward's running with his tail between his legs. A voice rings out, and the world changes with it. I guess that's the change, right? That's the transition. So we're probably a Son now. Another new place? We're now in a spacious room with its floor covered in ice. I can't say I've ever been here before. Milgram strikes at my elbow with his backhand side pistol, but I immediately ready a muzzle spike punch to meet him. Our weapons clash forcefully, and the impact sends us both gliding backwards like a pair of ice skaters. It would appear the life material was able to alter its surface to change the friction coefficient of the ground. We're forced to do battle under unusual circumstances, but it only serves to fire Ethica up even more. This life material thing is just way too good to be true, man. Neither we nor Milgram are used to fighting on terrain like this, which should even the odds. Then again, smart material is basically the same. It just depends on how many blows we can land. Ethica opens fire. So do I. Opens fire? That's a thing? I thought it was supposed to be just open fire. There's no way that's a plural, right? By repeatedly taking turns attacking him, we gradually drive Milgram into a corner. Unable to deflect Ethica's punch, Milgram gets thrown hard against the wall. This was actually what I wanted to see when I thought that, you know, if I were to choose to kill Milgram and Ethica went downstairs, like they would both team up, right? But I guess this is going to be like the finale. It was way too easy if it was going to be like at the branching choice, and Milgram dies then and there. A voice rings out and the world changes with it. We find ourselves in a bridge covered in steam. Why is the life material like changing places right now? It's not like Milgram's doing it. Like Subcon's probably doing it, but why? Looks like the overpass has been sliced open. Wonder where this is. The thick layer of steam blanketing the area is just a hologram, meaning there's no danger of actually getting burned by it. But that doesn't change the fact that I can't see shit. Milgram comes charging out of the fog like a loosened arrow, but I managed to just barely dodge his attack thanks to my expert suggestion. Shit, he's fast. In a 9 human feet, he circles behind my back in a split second and starts laying down strike after strike. I keep on rolling out of the way. Shit, I've hit a dead end. Milgram looks down at me with pity in his eyes. His attention is diverted for a brief moment. Let's do this, Son. Man, his body is like something else. That didn't pierce his body. We sandwich the bastard from both sides and drill our muzzle spikes deep into his body. Even still, he continues standing his ground. Damn, son. He's one hell of a fighter. I'll give him that. A voice rings out, and the world changes with it. We find ourselves in the blown open engine room of a ship. To be honest though, the place itself no longer matters. I already know what I must do. But I am thinking, like, what the hell is the point of changing the place? I mean, it's cool, but why? And so does Ethica. Where we are makes no difference. Milgram hurls himself over the railing. But we're not letting him escape. We'll chase him until the ends of the earth. Where's Iria at this point, by the way? A voice rings out and the world changes with it. What was that? I thought I heard some sort of, like, engine noise. We are on a teacup ride right now, spinning around in circles. Not bad. Not bad at all. I could get used to this. As the scenery turns around us, so too do the wheels of fate. Yeah, I don't think I need to actually voice out the sound effects. Come on, asshole. This party's just getting started. Let's dance like there's no tomorrow. I mean, they're showing off the scenes that the backgrounds that we've been fighting in, like before. I think that was like the fortress before. A voice rings out, and the world changes with it. We're standing atop a set of steel beams. This has to be the Neokuma ruins, the place where I fought Tang Yunshan. Where the wheels of fate began to turn. I've come a long way since then. So much has happened. It almost boggles the mind to even think about it. I've tread a path filled with irreversible decisions. There have been tragedies and triumphs, partings and reunions. And at the end of it all, this is the future I've chosen. You know, this is actually the path that has the least amount of deaths, I think so. You're not dead. Iria's the only one that's dead. Kazuma's not dead. A voice rings out, and the world changes with it. Even Olga's still not dead, right? Pavlov is dead, though. This looks like the top of the military police HQ. Good. I can't think of a better place to finish this. Standing atop a massive pipe that stretches between the two buildings like a tightrope, Soen and I surround Milgram from both sides. Milgram's gaze, however, is fixed on the Tokyo cityscape below.
醜い街だ。とても醜い。
目が腐ってんじゃねえか。この東京中、私には全部キラキラ輝いて見えるぜ。
なぜそこまで生死にこだわる？生に意味があるなど錯覚だ。
I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to find something to live for, you know? Sometimes even if it is an illusion.
生の意味は与えられるものじゃない。自らの意志で勝ち取るものだ。
I agree with that. Milgram responds to Soen's declaration with an understanding nod.
なるほど。ならば私も勝ち取らせてもらおう。私が醜さに耐えてまで今日この日まで生きながら得た意味を。
そう行くぜ。
Is this the same song as Ethica's fight against Hokuyasu? I think it is actually different. But it's the same vocalist, I think. My ex-brain suggestion is shared with Soen via our Conries. It's an order for a specific bullet to be printed by his MPP. Did my ex-brain alone come up with this? I have a feeling we're being guided by something far bigger than that. But it doesn't really matter right now. Gotta focus on what's in front of me. There's only a minute left before the music stops. Really? That's pretty meta game. And I'll be damned if I'm not gonna enjoy this dance till the very last second. Our final battle begins. With life and death on the line. Milgram deflects solar attacks with one hand. How? Discarding his anti-armor suit may have left him vulnerable to damage, but his blows are now faster and more accurate than ever before. I keep saying this, man, but these power-ups don't make sense. He dances across the precarious footing of the pipe like an expert acrobat, anticipating every blow we throw at him. It feels almost like he's reading our minds, and there's probably an ounce of truth to that, in a manner of speaking. His side pistols, weapons specifically chosen to counter CQAMA, come after us like bolts of dark lightning. And he may indeed already possess a nigh encyclopedic knowledge of close quarters armed martial arts. But what of it? I'm not Nagaoka Takeyuki. Nor am I Kara Suzumi Katsu, Ichihara Tokitaka, Gijo Mitsumi, Kansu, Aso Kiriri, or Kara Suzumi Ryoko. I'm none of those people. I have something from each of them in me. If my father's CQAMA could surpass the X-Brain, then so can mine. Kara Suzumi Katsu's iron fists, Ichihara Tokitaka's unflinching accuracy, Gijo Mitsumi's keen predictions, Major Aso's sense of justice, Kansu's relentless tenacity, Ryoko's overflowing love. I feel like that last one is kinda useless in battle. Every single thing that makes up who I am is here with me, helping me fight Milgram. The same can be said for Ethica. Her way of fighting is an expression of who she is, everything that she is. If Milgram believes he can learn everything there is to know about us, about the lives we've lived up to this point, is gravely mistaken. See it for yourself, Milgram. Witness how bright my love can burn. This is literally a freaking Dragon Ball Z fight, man. It's so funny. I've never been particularly smart. A fact that becomes all the more obvious when I'm pissed off. But I've always managed to counter it by eating good food, bedding good women, and kicking the living shit out of bad guys. There's one exception though. There's one person who pisses me off to no end. Someone whose very existence offends me to the point where I'd rather not even deal with them at all. It's my old man. I've always hated his guts, but I didn't even want to admit it. Thing is though, I just wanted him to accept me. Hell, I wanted to accept him. That's all it came down to, really. But I didn't realize it until, well, facing off with him today. I've never been particularly smart, you see. As my X-Brain doles out its well-calculated instructions, the two re-eliminators feel strangely familiar in my hands. I'm the daughter of Kibanohara Hokuyasu, the man who gave birth to close-quarters armed martial arts. Take that. And that. Smile all you want. We're gonna take you out like the trash, buddy. Milgram's movements begin to falter. His steps grow unsteady. But he refuses to give in. It's like he's savoring every second of our fight. Is this guy a masochist? No, not quite. He's a suicide wannabe. He wants to be killed. I pour every last ounce of my strength into the next punch, then immediately fire off a volley as it connects. Unable to dodge out of the way, Milgram collapses onto the pot pipe with his abdomen riddled in bullet holes. He's seen the true face of this world, a hellscape where the living and the dead kill each other in droves. Yet he still couldn't bring himself to give up on it. He may have condemned imagination as man's true enemy, but in the end, he could never suppress his own. The only thing capable of killing imagination is a reality that exceeds it. He longed to be slain by the dazzling, lethal artistry of a living dead stalker, whose latent fury he drawn out into the open. What a load of bullshit. I agree. Like, his whole reason for doing this is insane, in my opinion. I can't, like fathom why he would even do it. Yeah, the world might be filled with suffering. And I'm sure there are people who've already lost all hope. But my old man smiled. Even after all the pain, sadness, and misery he'd endured, in his final moments, he looked happy. There was a meaning to his life, just as there is a meaning to me being here right now. None of it was pointless. The future exists for those who keep hope in their hearts. It doesn't belong to the suicide wannabes. We're not gonna give Milgram what he wants. The world shifts around us, once again adopting the appearance of a church. A white, blinding light shines through the other side of the stained glass window. Rainbows streak at rapid speeds, the virtual rays of the highway. What is he gonna shoot him with? I pull back the slide. I hold it in position, exposing the empty chamber. With my left hand, I pull out the freshly printed bullet. There's no time to insert it into a magazine and reload it, so I load it directly. I feed the bullet into the chamber and press the slide stop. With that, my gun is ready to be fired again at any moment. The entire process takes less than a second. All my feelings are condensed into this one bullet, this one shot. I pull the trigger. The bullet drills straight into the forehead of a visibly jubilant Milgram. But his skull doesn't burst open. The bullet presented by Ethica's suggestion was never meant to destroy Milgram's brain. I mean, I wouldn't have killed you in Iria's wrath myself, to be honest, Milgram. But Sohn wanted to kill you. Our reasons probably differ. I wanted to actually see you repent and suffer. I don't know about Sohn. We knew Milgram's body would be hosting an anti-toxin nanomachines. Is there supposed to be an N there? However, there is one person who possesses the same kind of nanomachines he does. Olga, Milgram's former ally. The data we extracted through torturing her most certainly came in handy. Milgram's consciousness is engulfed by the endless, prismatic sea of the highway. Wait, so, like, does he not want to die, like, by poison or something? It seems to me that he's still going to die right now. What is going on?
共感覚薬をぶち込んでハイウェイに飛び込んだら普通の人間は戻ってこられない。自分とネットの境界が消えて自我が拡散する。
スーサイドアナリズのお前には死なないことこそ真実の罰になる。メッシュネットワークに拡散して美しいものを追い続けろ。
Milgram's vacant, delirious gaze is lost in the rainbow lights of the highway. Whatever he sees in them is known only to him. That was weird. So what the hell is going on? This doesn't save area. Before long, the resounding cry of his soul melts into the vast network which supports the very ebb and flow of life. So what? You're basically telling me you guys digitized his brain and he became something like Son and Ethica in the Kansu route. As silence returns to the church, I lift Iria's body into my arms. Her new heart, glowing a bright shade of green, beats alive within the cavity of her open chest. How? What is going on? It's the pulse of life material. What? And although I have no tangible proof, no means of knowing for sure, deep down within my subconscious, I can tell. The one who saved Iria was... The nearby statue of the Virgin Mary has watched over us in silence. But now, as I watch, fine cracks begin running along its stone skin. A young girl materializes in front of us, almost like she's been given birth to by the life material statue of the Holy Mother. Its substance concept, yet her appearance is not quite that of the enigmatic digital songstress we've seen countless times across the city. She's clothed in a gorgeously radiant outfit, but it's more than just that. Her expression makes her seem like a whole new person altogether. Ethica replies, unfazed by the sudden turn of events. What the hell is going on? Subcon meets her enthusiasm with a nod. I see. Her features, they resemble Iria's. Within seconds, the life material disperses and returns to the highway. It emits a dazzling rainbow-colored light, just like Iria's tone graph. She's probably been watching over her all this time, through countless different times, places, and realities. I can hear Subcon's voice echo somewhere in the distance. She sings the glory of emotions, of hope, and of the future. As her blessings ring out, we turn to leave, carrying the warm throb of life and hope in our hearts. It's time for us to go home. I am so confused. I mean, I guess in Kansu's route, the living death material technically like spewed everyone back, right? But I didn't like that. This definitely feels like a Deus Ex Machina kind of thing. I don't know how I feel about that conclusion. The fight was epic, but I don't know about how they revived Iria there. 1 year has passed. I leap out of the bed the moment I hear the chime of my alarm go off. I'm already bursting with energy. It's still pitch black out, but it is like 2 in the morning. Well, how come there's like light there though? I guess it's the city lights. I stand up straight and give myself a good stretch. The tropical fish in my aquarium swim closer to the glass, having noticed that I'm up.
Good morning, Ryoko-san.
Good morning, Yachika-chan. お願いがあるんだけど。
オッケー。時高を起こせばいいんでしょ？
え？よろしくね。
I get dressed in a hurry and make my way to Tokitaka's room.
おーい、こら時高、起きろ！起きろ、ボンクラボーイズ2号！起きろってばー！
No answer. Still asleep, I guess, like always. If you looked up not a morning person online, Tokitaka would be the first result. 2 AM is not morning. It's not even dawn yet. And then if you typed in how to annoy Tokitaka, it'd come up with a picture of little old me. Time for some search engine optimization.
さっさと起きねえと。7の段暗唱すっぞ。せーの。71が7、7に12、73、27、74、18。
Yeah, this would probably annoy Tokitaka.
It's go! 今すぐその耳障りな呪文を。
7530、7644、7448手、7850の塔、864。
にゃ
ー Mission complete. After savoring Tokitaka's sweet, sweet agony, I giddily make my way down the stairs.
起こしてくれてありがとう。どういたしまして。
A lovely smell hits my nostrils. Ryoko is preparing some toast and eggs. She's in her underwear, of course, as is tradition. Yeah, be your typical, like, fan service woman, why don't you, Ryoko? Man, her curves are still to die for. Let's just say the food isn't the only thing making me drool here.
りょうこさん、今日も素敵。えちかちゃんも素敵よ。それじゃあ素敵なことしちゃう？あら、素敵。
The moment I start running my fingers down her hips, I feel a certain someone drilling a hole into my back with his gaze.
何をやってるんですか?
It's Son.
おっとっと、いけないところを見られちゃった。ソンくんも一緒にやる？
いえ、いいです。
もう、朝からボンクラ1号はボンクラだな。
I don't think that's what she said.
ボンクラでいいです。卵、焼けますよ。
あ
らら。Ryoko rushes over to the stove in a panic. As for me, I feign some disappointment and head for my usual seat.
It's go!
Tokitaka stomps down the stairs and slams a papyrus on the table.
やれ。
算数ドリル？いやいや、さすがにさっきのはわざとだし。
Yeah, she's not that dumb, Tokitaka. Come on.
しく。
ホック。
やれ。
What the fuck? I don't get that. I guess that was like a Japanese joke or something. God, messing with him never gets old. We all gather around a table and dig into Ryoko's homemade breakfast. Although, I guess it's a bit too early to be calling this breakfast.
しかしこの朝食は寂しいな。なあ、そう。
Soon makes a half-hearted nod. One of the seats around the breakfast table is empty. The person it belonged has long since been gone. But Ryoko still refuses to put away the extra chair.
まさかこんな風に1年が経つなんてな。
What is she doing then? What, is she trying to do the Osaka mega float thing? Clearly lost in thought, Soon keeps vacantly staring into space. I can't blame him though. For him, this past year must have felt like an eternity. Before long, Ryoko brings out the Kara Suzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency's specialty coffee.
ソンク。はい。
ありがとうございます。
It's clear that Sone's not his usual self. He's probably got a million thoughts whirling around in his head. Compared to when Iryo was still here, he seems almost like a completely different person now.
それじゃあ、朝のミーティングを始めましょう。今日エチカちゃんにお願いしたいのは。
I take a Quillicon to the hyper ghetto in the dead of night. I can already feel some eyes on me. This place has never been particularly welcoming to outsiders. But right now, the atmosphere in the district feels even tenser than usual. I guess technically what happened to Milgram right now is kinda similar to what I said was I was gonna do, right? To Milgram if I was in Soen's shoes. Like, I would keep him alive and make him into, like, Amachi Juichiro, right? And I guess technically right now he's become something like Amachi Juichiro's, like, digitized self. It makes sense though. Life as we know it is about to undergo a drastic change today. I park my car near Snowbound Nirvana. You'd expect it to be snowing pretty hard on a cold day like this, but it looks like the weather is gonna be fine. Having said that, it's still absolutely freezing out here. Stepping into the store, I can barely contain my excitement. Sue is wearing a completely different getup from usual. She's actually gonna leave the store for once. And damn does she look cute. I take a long, scrutinizing look at every last inch of her body.
Oh. Hey. これはなんとかわいい。
Sue squeaks like a cornered kitten.
チカの意地悪。
とか言いながら興奮してたり。
そんなことは。
ほらほら、その下がノーパンだってバレちゃったら周りの人はどんな目で見るんだろうね。
I see her whole body jump. Wow, a bit of teasing and she's already blushing up a storm. Wait a second.
もしかしてスーちゃんノーパン？
Japanese people are so weird, man.
それに。
She produces a black remote controller.
ローターも。
却下。
What is wrong with you?
周知プレイに行くんじゃございません。パンツ履くこと。
She seems genuinely bummed out. God, sometimes I can't tell if she's timid or really bold. I guess it's not really Japanese people, more like perverts, right? Today, at least, part of it is probably just her own way of trying to hide her embarrassment. As we were about to leave the store, Sue abruptly stops in place. She's standing still in the bottom step of the staircase leading outside.
スーちゃん。手、つなごう。
ありがと
う。歌おう。
それはいい。
そう？
Darn. I would have loved to hear her sing. Anyway, I take Sue's hand and lead her through the snow-laden streets of Tokyo. Good. Very good. Time for a change of plans. What's the best place to take her on a date? Just kidding. Seriously though, it was just a joke. Don't give me that look. Shut up, Ethica. We make our way down the sleepy roads of the city in our Kurilakanta. Our destination, the Metropolitan Government Building of Tokyo. Before that though...
さ、ちょっとだけ寄り道していい？
As expected, Sue's quick on the uptake. She already knows what I have in mind. The map I bring up with my Conry displays a certain area within Shin-Okubo. I was actually, I think I went to Shin-Okubo when I was in Japan. I remember, like, getting off to that station.
了解。
Don't you worry, Sue. I'll make this worth your while once we're done. Following Sue's directions, we finally arrive at Shin-Okubo. Is it just me, or is this place not as run down as it used to be? Milgram's death during last year's incident robbed the suicide wannabes of their spiritual leader. Ever since then, the necromancers across the city have been notably less active than before. Hell, even this neighborhood has become relatively safe to live in. Emphasis on relatively, though.
本当にここ？
Mitsumin's agency easily made enough money to rival our own, so I wasn't really expecting her place to be all the way out here in the cold. In fact, the building itself looks more like a factory warehouse than a proper home. I mean, I guess it matches Mitsumin's stoic aura, sort of. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and announce our arrival.
頼もう！
Holy cow! The door flies open with a loud clang. Mitsumin steps out faster than I can even process it, then immediately shuts the door behind her. What the hell were those moves? Actually, forget about that. I could have sworn I saw... Mitsumin stops me with a yell the moment I start reaching for the door.
こんな夜分遅く何用だ？
お迎え。
迎え？私はどこにも行かん。
とか言って、みつみんもバッチリ外出準備できてるじゃない。
これは普段着だ。
To be fair, I wouldn't even be surprised if that really was the case. Having said that, it makes no sense for her to be in full combat gear at a time when most people, herself included, would normally be asleep.
どうせ軍警察まで行くなら乗ってけば？
施しは受けん。
There it is. Mitsumin's signature stubbornness.
ああ、もしかしてまだ ミルグラムのこと恨んでる？
は？
いや、ごめんね。でもさ、みつみんあの時入院してたし、私たちも必死で。大きな借りよね。
何を言う。むしろ私は感謝している。お主らがあそこでミルグラムを倒さなければ、今頃東京はどうなっていたか。去年の出来事は私にとって大きな借りだ。
じゃあそれ返してくれる？
え？
I respond to Mitsumin's dumbfounded expression with a wolfish grin.
今すぐ。
Oh, sorry about that.
ここで？
さあ、あちらへどうぞ。
貴様、測ったな。
もちろん。
Oh boy, will she ever learn? Then again, Mitsumin wouldn't quite be Mitsumin if she didn't grit her teeth like that while begrudgingly climbing into the car. I make my way back to the Qualicant myself, relieved that she's still her usual self. Mitsumin stares out the rear seat window, looking visibly uncomfortable. Meanwhile, next to me is a sheepish Sue, seemingly terrified by the world she sees beyond the glass. You know, not sure the three of us have ever been together like this. Not that the mood inside the car exactly lends itself to lively conversation. In Mitsumi's route, I think you do, like, see Mitsumi, like, almost, going naked, right? And I think that was happening in Iria's route too, so it did happen. Because that was like a common route. Mitsumin silently watches the lights of the city speed by. A familiar voice resounds across the streets.
東京リバースプロジェクト。それは文字通り、東京という都市を再度誕生させる計画です。都市の誕生。それは単なる比喩ではありません。東京メガフロートは生命都市なのです。
Sophia Korizaki. She gave her life in the fight against the suicide wannabes in order to usher in a new era for mankind. The people of Tokyo have come to hail her as a martyr on the road to progress. The leader of the living city died a martyr, while Milgram, who had harbored similar ambitions, is now wasting away in a cell at the military police HQ, his mind utterly destroyed. I guess fate really does have a penchant for irony. In any case, we're on our way to the military police headquarters while Milgram, set-failed martyr, is being kept. It's a few minutes before 4 AM, but the military police HQ is already bustling with people.
お、渚翔さん。ん？あ、エチカか。こんな早くから仕事、ご苦労さんしょうさ。
あ、今日は東京の一大事だ。あれ以降落ち着いて見えるとはいえ、熱狂的なスーサイドワナビとは残ってる。何が起こるかわからない。
頼りにしてるぞ、しょうさん。
まあお前たちの手を煩わせるまでもないからな。
All I have to do is call her Major and she's immediately in high spirits. Classic Kazuma. She's so simple. Jokes aside though, she's worked her butt off and contributed a great deal to restoring order to the city. I gotta give credit where credit's due, you know?
ああ、三見もコンスーもいるならちょうどいい。お前ら、これからどうするつもりだ？
どうするとはなんだ？
身の振り方だよ。
Kazuma's words render all three of us silent. I think we've all been trying to postpone thinking about the future. But now, Kazuma's put us on the spot. The advancement of the Tokyo Rebirth project has led to intermingling between Tokyo residents and the energy elites. As a result, the city has seen a rapid decrease in crime.
最近ネクロマンサーはあらかた借り尽くしただろ。軍警察の上層部も民間特別静止者追跡者制度はその役割を終えたって判断を始めてる。
She's not wrong. Being a living dead stalker isn't quite as lucrative as it used to be. Which is to say, not at all. I still have my savings, so it's not like I'm in danger of starving on the streets anytime soon. But it's probably time I start coming up with a plan B. Kazuma takes a good look at each of us, then lowers her voice a bit.
どうだお前ら正式に軍警察に入る気は
うん
I burst out laughing.
おいどうして笑う
いやいやだってさカズマが私の長官になったりするわけでしょないわ正直ないわ
お前今私をバカにした
いやだってほら怒り方が可愛いもん
貴様私を侮辱する気か
Do people really like this sort of like personality? I find it really hard to believe.
いやいやそういうつもりじゃなくてあどうもすいません渚隊員
At least her voice acting is pretty good. But I really do not get the people who like these sort of personalities when it comes to like, you know, like character types. Shit. Now I have made her genuinely mad. As Kazuma's voice resounds across the entrance hall, drawing more than a few confused gazes from nearby officers, I grab Sue and Mitsumin by the hand and make a run for it. We hurry over to the elevator hall and shuffle into a conveniently open elevator. We catch our breath inside the elevator.
いやごめんごめん面白くなっちゃってさ
私は大丈夫 いくらお金を積まれてもポリシーがある
Sue at least should be fine even without necromancers around. It's not her I'm worried about.
みつみんはどうする
I've seen the state of her agency. Not exactly flourishing. Honestly, she just hasn't been the same ever since that incident last year wrapped up. Almost like she's lost her drive. The way she proactively hunted the living dead in those days bordered on obsession. It's gotta be Milgram. She couldn't take out the bastard herself, and it's been gnawing away at her ever since. And honestly, it's just no fun seeing Mitsumin like this.
やっぱみつみうちに来たらネクロマンサーだってだいぶ減ってんだからさここはみんなで協力しないと部屋だってもう一つ空いてるよおあつらい向きじゃん
Mitsumin makes a difficult expression.
長岡の心は今も遥か彼方だ今はそんな場所に行くわけにはいかん
今は
I repeat the tail end of her sentence.
それってつまりソウンの心がこっちを向いたら可能性はあるってことかしらん
なるほどそうか
Hold on a sec. Could it be that the reason Mitsumin has continuously refused to join our agency had nothing to do with Milgram and everything to do with Soun? Maybe. Before I can pursue that line of thought much further, the doors of the elevator slide open. As we step out into the hallway, we bump into Ryoko and the rest of the gang.
お待たせ
遅いぞ17分34秒29の遅刻だ
ごめんスーちゃんの他に寄り道しちゃったからさ
Thanks for the exact millisecond too, Tokitaka.
寄り道
The moment Tokitaka spots Mitsumin, he makes a face like he's bitten into a rotten apple. Ignoring Tokitaka's hostility, Mitsumin steps in front of Soun to address him directly.
みつみ どうした？
私は来月からでも烏住静止者追跡事務所に世話になろうと思う。
Well, that was fast. What the hell? I thought you didn't even want to consider that.
よろしいか？
僕は構わないよ。涼子さんはどうですか？
And why is her music playing? This is so awkward.
最初に提案したのは私たちだもの。もちろん大賛成。みつみちゃん、よろしくね。よろしく頼む。
As Mitsumin bows her head, I can see her clenched fists trembling. Girl sure is excited, huh?
戦だ。戦が始まる。
戦？
ああ、うん。彼女にとってはってことじゃない？
3P の予感。
This is so weird. Why would you say that, Sue? Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess technically this route is like a harem, right? If Iria's still alive. In Mitsumi's route, Son actually just went off with Mitsumi. And Iria was minding her own business. We switch elevators and go all the way to the top floor. I walk right past the security guard with the widest grin I can muster. I feel like the atmosphere around here used to be a lot more oppressive. Things sure have changed over the past year.
Welcome, 烏住静止者追跡事務所の皆さん。今日は招待を受けていただきありがとうございます。
It's so weird seeing Kiri actually be the head of military police.
やっほー、君ね、元気だった？
元気ですよ、木花原さん。さて、今日お呼びしたのは他でもなく、
ああ、
Ooh,
はい
sorry
は
about
い。
that.
特等席で東京リバースプロジェクトを見ようって言うんでしょ？ほらほら、君ね、見て見て。あそこに見えるは我らが目的地、東京メガフロートじゃありませんか。
As Kiri heaves a deep sigh, Ryoko gently pats her on the shoulder.
まあまあ、知らない仲でもないですし、もっと砕けていきましょう。
いや、それはしかし。
あそこ、ほら、あれでしょ？
I point out the green, glowing spot floating in the middle of the dark ocean. How would it be visible from here? I guess this is like a really high place, but is it really that visible? I double check with my X-Brain to make sure and... Yup, just as I thought.
海の向こうから大阪メガフロートが。
Oh, it's coming over here.
嘘、もうこんな時間？皆さん、上へ移動してください。
Flustered, Kiri tries her best to guide us along. She's become a pretty big shot at the military police. Was even promoted to a lieutenant colonel. To me, though, she's always gonna be just Kiri. I don't know how high up that is in police ranking, but probably high. I prefer it that way. Just before heading up the stairs, I take a moment to turn around. There's an old, battered X-Brain resting atop the desk. It's the one my old man used to wear. The same way Sophia Kawarizaki has become a martyr for the Empire Energy Corp, Major General Kabanohara is hailed by the military police as a hero who lost his life in a fight against Milgram. And although this office now belongs to someone else, my old man's helmet is being kept here out of respect for everything he did for the city. But man, I wonder what he felt whenever he looked out over Tokyo from all the way up here. Did he feel like he was the king of the world? Someone far superior to the lowly peasants filling the streets? Nah, I don't think so. More than anything, he probably felt alone. But check it out, old man. This is the city you've sworn to protect. We've come this far. And the future looks brighter still. Well, probably.
エチカちゃん、早く。
はーい、今行きまーす。
We reach the top of the stairs and emerge on the rooftop. The fierce updraft, combined with the winds caused by the vulture itself, nearly knocks me off my feet. I couldn't see it from street level due to all the steam, but from this high up...
そら、晴れてる。
We climb onto the gunship in anticipation of the Osaka Megafloat's imminent arrival.
全員集合ですね。
はい、これで全員です。
There's an open seat next to Sohn. Her seat. Sohn still looks pretty antsy. Probably best I leave him alone for now. Immediately after I sit down next to Ryoko, the gunship lifts off the ground. Guess we're cutting it pretty close time-wise. Damn, those things are loud. As I glance out the window, I see the lights of Shinjuku grow more and more distant. Our vulture soars through the jungle of hot pipes, heading for Tokyo Bay. Man, the city sure is pretty. No matter how many times I see it, this sight never fails to take my breath away. How about you, Ryoko? Hmm?
涼子さん、どうしたの？
なんでもないわ。ちょっとね。
I've known Ryoko long enough to be able to tell what she's thinking about when she makes that face. She still loves Ikatsu. Even in life, the man was in his own league. And in his death, has only made things more complicated. I could never hope to fill his role. If there's anyone out there who could, it would have to be a dumbass who's thoroughly unconcerned with sentimental notions like that.
涼子さん、
Yup, someone like him.
光は2億9979万2458メートル毎秒で進みます。
And?
1年間で9460兆7304億7258万800メートルです。
And?
俺たちにとって1年前の記憶は9460兆7304億7258万800メートルの場所にあると言えるかもしれません。
So what?
そっか。
God damn it, Tokitaka, you just want to recite those numbers, don't you? Ryoko gazes out the window. Up above, a host of brightly twinkling stars light up the cloudless canvas of the sky.
そんな遠くまで届くなら、あの星様も随分強い願いだったのかな。
この街の光ももしかしたら誰かの希望になるかもしれません。
そうね。
Ryoko makes a smile brighter than the stars above. It's enough to make Tokitaka avert his gaze in embarrassment. I'm rooting for you, dumbass number 2. With the weather as clear as it is now, I can see the first light of dawn in the eastern sky. It should only be a matter of time until the morning sun pops up from behind the horizon. And honestly, I can't think of a better way to celebrate this bright new beginning for Tokyo.
着陸します。
Following Kiri's brief announcement, the gunship begins to lower its altitude. Breaking through the ice floes. Flows? Drifting in the water. The Osaka Mega Float has finally reached the end of its long journey. You know, was it ever mentioned in this game that the Mega Float looks like a lotus flower? I just realized that. I don't know why I never thought about that before. The life material making up its colossal body is a reflection of its inhabitants' feelings and personalities. A living substance whose growth is influenced by the people living on it. As a result, the Osaka Mega Float may look similar to ours in a lot of ways, but it has plenty of differences if you look for them. We fly through the rainbow-colored artificial membrane and make our way into the Mega Float proper. I didn't have much time to sightsee due to all the shit that went down here last year. But now that I get a good look at the place, it sure is amazing. The energy elite populating its streets are beaming with hopeful, content smiles. Many of them have gathered near the shoreline, no doubt anxious to find out what the future will hold. Our gunship descends upon the coast. They've opened a segment of the beach specifically for us. There's even cameras nearby. I'm starting to feel like a celebrity about to make our big entrance. Then again, I am one of the heroes who saved the Mega Float in its time of need. God, the excitement is killing me. The moment we land, I'm gonna be the first to... Oh. What the fuck? Calm down, Son. With the gunship still in the air, Son opens its door and hurls himself down into the water. Then starts running toward the Mega Float. Oh boy. Guess he's finally graduated from being a dumbass, huh? I think he's still a dumbass, to be honest, Ethica. After jumping off the gunship, I rush through the water heading straight for the beach. It glimmers in the morning light, as white as snow. I swing my arms and pump my legs, kicking up sand as I go. The hum of the gunship's rotors are drowned out by the people's cheers, but even that soon gives way to the sound of the waves around me. The endless sea. A tranquil beach. I now stand in the place I swore to one day visit with Iria. I stop and gaze off into the distance, toward the countless new visitors behind that membrane. The Osaka Mega Float is enveloped by a dazzling light that shines in the colors of the rainbow. Soon enough, its artificial membrane touches that of the Tokyo Mega Float. The two living cities collide and mingle, melting into each other. Their essence joins with ours, and the world becomes one. I can feel my heart racing in my chest. With bated breath, I look toward the opposite shore. And spot her. Instinct takes over, propelling my body forward. The waves splash around me as I rush through the water at full speed. I just keep running, while she does the same. She charges into the waves without hesitation, not caring if her clothes get wet. Struggling against the current with all her might, she ends up gulping down some salty seawater. But it does little to stop her. It simply reminds her that she's alive. That's right, we're both alive. And we've got a bright future ahead of us. That alone fills my heart with joy.
Yeah.
We fly into each other's arms. It's Iria. She's right here. It's not an illusion, nor a VR program of some kind. This is the real Iria, right here in my embrace.
そう会いたかったずっと会いたかったよ
僕も会いたかった。
There are a million things I've been planning to tell Iria once we're reunited. Countless questions I would love to ask her. But I just can't. The words simply won't come. Right now, I'm happy just feeling the warmth of her body against mine.
元気にしてた
元気だった。事務所のみんなも元気だ。君は大阪はどうだった？
よろしゅう頼みまんがなって感じだった
Whatever you say, Iria.
よろしゅ？
でもちょってくしゃみはしてなかった
I'm kind of confused. She talking about some anime again? More importantly though, it seems like she's still the same old Iria. And that makes me happier than I can express in words.
東京のサブコンと離れ離れになっちゃったのはちょっと寂しかったけどでも新しい友達がちゃんとできたから
新しい友達。大阪のサブコン？
In order for living cities to procreate, a certain key element is required. The city needs to have a will of its own. The main reason the Empire Energy Corp required Iria's help was to centralize Subcon's consciousness, which had been spread out across Tokyo's mesh network, and link it to the Megafloat. Once she entered the core of the Tokyo Megafloat, Subcon became able to command the life material at will. However, procreation requires two participants. A Megafloat is only capable of giving birth to a new life through exchanging its genetic information with another life form. So 1 year ago, Iria moved to Osaka. The idea being that if the Tokyo Mesh Network housed a consciousness, then the Osakan one should too. As such, Iria dove into the highway and attempted to make contact with it. Iria's communication with Tokyo Subcon was what initially prompted her to become self-aware. They sought to do the same with Osaka's Subcon. The attempt proved a success. At this point, isn't it kinda weird to call them Subcons? Might as well give them a name. In other words, the Osaka Megafloat that's just arrived also has its very own Subcon living inside its core. It took 1 whole year. I realized it was necessary. But to me, it was the longest 1 year of my life. It doesn't matter anymore though. We're finally together. And now I'm never letting go of her again.
あのね大阪のサブコンはねたこ焼きが好きなんだよ
She doesn't eat, damn it!
今度一緒にたこ焼きパーティー
Iria's excited explanation is cut short as surprise washes over her face.
そう見てあれほらほらあんなに綺麗
It is kinda nice though seeing her like, be all happy. Considering in Kansu's route, she was all depressed. In Etika's route and Kiri's route, she was also depressed because Soen became a living dead. And you don't really see much of Iria in like Mitsumi's route. She was just, you know, just doing her own thing with the Tokyo Rebirth project. Following Iria's line of sight, I watch as a set of rainbow-colored tubes extend from the 2 megafloats. Light begins to travel through them, indicating that they're exchanging information. We're about to witness the procreation of 2 living cities. What, is this their way of making sex? Or making love? That's kinda creepy. The tubes of life material form a colossal arch above us, almost like a rainbow. It's a genuinely breathtaking sight, but My gaze ends up settling on Iria, still staring up at the arch in silent awe. Illuminated by the multicolored lights from above, her smile shines brighter than the sun. Just looking at it is enough to fill my heart with gentle warmth.
Iria, 愛してるよ。
突然
I mean, when you said that last time, your heart got freaking plunged by Milgram's hand. So, it's only proper to say it again. Iria looks away from the dazzling sight up in the sky and faces me. She looks deep into my eyes. I almost feel flustered, but maintain eye contact. The rainbow lights dance across her features for a brief moment, before her expression blossoms into a smile too immaculate for words.
私もソウを愛してる。
素敵だね。ね、スーちゃん。スーちゃん？
To my surprise, I find Sue smiling to herself. She's completely taken in by the otherworldly sight of the two megafloats, or at least, that's what it seems like at first. In truth, she's looking at Son and Iria. More specifically, just the Iria. Oh, she's even started to drool. You're a weird Kansu. Wow, just what kind of superpower did Iria use to make Sue react like that? I've never seen her so happy and at peace with the world. Then again, I know nothing about Sue's past. I have no idea why she decided to shut herself away in Snowbound Nirvana, or why she forces herself to intentionally stutter even though she can talk properly, or why she was so desperate to help Iria by hacking the AAS. I'm not gonna ask her about those things. I don't think I need to. Call it my way of expressing that I trust her. Me, Sue, any of us really, we all have our secrets. Things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Things only we know. But those secrets too make up who we are as people. And they certainly don't stop us from respecting one another as we go about our lives. My old man probably had his own share of secrets as well. I notice a shadow in the morning light.
さらばだ。
A fistful of thin strands are carried off by the wind as Mitsumin opens her hand. Her eyes burn with fiery determination. She's looking good. Not that I have the slightest idea what she's doing. That's her brother's hair. She was down in the dumps for a good while after Milgram's death, so maybe it's got something to do with that. But I'm not gonna ask her. I don't even feel the need. What really matters is the future. As the morning sun peeks out from beyond the horizon and casts its light upon Mitsumin's face, I can tell she's no longer bound by the past. She's looking ahead. Knowing that is more than enough, really. Doesn't matter if someone's your friend, your enemy, your rival in love. It makes no difference. Tomorrow awaits all of us with open arms. I mean, I know there's gonna be plenty of bumps along the road. But hey, we're the type to get more fired up the tougher the challenges, you know? When are you gonna do your thing with Kiri, Ethica? I respond at Sue's urging. Yup. There's one major bump I need to get over. But... I get up, dust off the sand from my clothes, and start walking. I make my way through the beach with slow, heavy steps. In his debate with Sophia, Milgram vehemently denied the validity of emotions. Emotions are nothing more than primal instincts that humanity first obtained in order to evolve. Were his exact words, I think. At the time, Sophia couldn't immediately refute him. But I can now. Quite easily, in fact. I mean, look at all this. Isn't it beautiful? Mankind's sheer will to live has nurtured a cycle that sees lives joined together throughout the generations. If that's not enough to make you cry, I don't know what is. And if Milgram was here to see this, I'm sure he'd agree. I don't know about that, Ethica. I'm here, and I'm alive. Every last spark of emotion in me makes up who I am. I'm not gonna deny any of it. My joys and sorrows, my pain and fears, they're all me, and they're all valid. I'm gonna embrace them, and look toward the future with hope in my heart.
Kirine!
何エチカちゃん
As Kiri admires the gorgeous scenery, I walk up and take her hand.
デートしよう。え？準備大変だろうなって1年待ったの。だからご褒美ちょうだい。
でも
ザ・フォートレス改装して遊園地になったって。すげえ楽しくてデートにはぴったりだって。
みたいだね。でもどうして
Come on, Ethica. In her route, she was the one that confessed to you. You gotta be the one to confess this time, man.
キリネ、私が嫌い。
そんなこと。
私はね、キリネが好き。
There's no turning back now. I'm gonna take my life by the reins and charge headfirst into the future.
いつだってどこだってたとえ生まれ変わったってどの世界線だって世界の果てまで追い詰めてキリネにデートを申し込む。それが木場野原エチカだぜ。
I don't think that's very direct, but I guess that is very you. Kiri looks deep into my eyes. She can tell I'm being serious. She slowly parts her lips to speak.
それはどうして
Alright, here we go. I make myself sound as solemn as I possibly can. I'm gonna finally say it.
キリネを愛してるからだよ。
There it is. I've confessed my love to Kiri, and she's heard it loud and clear.
私もエチカちゃんを愛してる。
As a friend? As family? Or as a lover? I already know the answer. I can feel the swift beating of Kiri's heart as I hold her hand. It doesn't get any more clear. This is unreal. I might just cry. I lift my gaze. The rainbow lights dancing through the sky are just so beautiful that I...
エチカちゃん。
キリネ。
Kiri wraps me in her embrace and I do end up crying a little. But that's okay. Because right now, I'm the happiest girl in the whole wide world. Life's full of hardships, sadness, loss, and regret. But I'm glad to be alive. As Kiri's warmth washes over me, I can feel with every fiber of my being that I do have a place in this world. That even if I only get to savor a day like this once, it's still all been worth it. I love you so much, Kiri. Guess we're from the subcon's perspective now. I see them. Their voices. Their smiles. Their hopes. Their overflowing emotions. I've experienced a great many things. Attachment, pain, sorrow, hatred, longing, admiration, love. I simulated countless worlds and felt things I'd never felt before. I came to know the meaning of life and death. At long last, I finally made it here. To a world that lets me be with Iria. A world with a bright future. And I found you. You look a lot like me. But you're not quite me. You came from a faraway land. I know this. I know this feeling. As well as the word that expresses it. I'm happy. Are you also happy? I extend my hand. I open the window and call out. With the smile I learned from Iria. Wow, the voice isn't being robotic anymore. Oh, she was saying search, huh? And I guess that's it. This game definitely was a roller coaster of a ride. My perspective or my thoughts in the game definitely changes a lot throughout the game. Was really interested in the mystery at first. And then the battles were very exhilarating. And at the end, it was basically filling, you know, all the puzzles one by one. The thing is though, after you finish one route, the puzzles are easily filled in. The sense of mystery is not there as much anymore. Doesn't mean that the game is not still good. It's still pretty good, but it definitely focuses on a lot more on emotions than I thought it would have the first time I play it. I thought it was going to be a lot more like battles, a lot more you know, sci-fi. And while there are a lot of sci-fi elements, clearly the main, like, point of the game is, like, emotions, love, and all of that, right? Of course, life and death, too. Like, someone's perspective and how he changes in Irya's route really made me think a lot about how, like, you know, how a person can change that much. Like, I asked the question whether or not, like, you know, knowing Irya just for that brief moment of time is enough to change a person, right? And to some degree, I still do, like, question whether or not it will change me personally. But I guess for some people, that's enough. It does give me a really nice feeling seeing the ending with Irya being happy. While I do like the ending that Irya died, and feel like it's a lot more impactful, I feel like she deserves some sort of happiness, you know? I don't like the Deus Ex Machina that they did though with Irya's heart. Like the life material, like, created her heart again. That was so nuts, like, how? Basically, you don't even need living dead, right, at that point. Anyone that's dying can just be revived with the life material. But enough of my ranting, I guess. That was, like, some of the main gripes that I have with the game. The, like, antagonist of the game, like Milgram, is very good, in my opinion. His motives are questionable, but he does make a very good, you know, antagonist. Along with Hokuyasu, even though he's not truly an antagonist, right? But he was definitely a big bad. But yeah, I guess that's the end for Tokyo Necro. It's worth the $20 I paid for this game, like, for sure. There's a lot more expensive visual novels out there that are, like, just nukiges and won't really give you any sort of closure other than, like, fan service and just sex scenes. Don't get me wrong, like, sometimes I do, like, enjoy those guilty pleasures myself. But don't we want to find something more in a story, right? Not just something base and primitive like sexual desires. That's what I've always wanted to strive for in these visual novels. In these stories, really. This is the type of story or visual novel that I like to play. Ones that make you think, one that makes you emulate some sort of emotions. Right? But yeah, overall, I think this is a really nice story. Kind of dragged on quite a bit in some parts, but it's always pretty engaging and always makes me want to find out what the hell is going on and what the hell is going to happen. But we are done though with Tokyo Necro at long last. Only took, I think this is the 39th episode. They're gonna show an epilogue. I can't believe I talked throughout the whole ending credits, by the way.
2199年の東京へ。
Wow, this, like, she actually sounds so happy. But yeah, hope you guys had an enjoyable playthrough. I do feel like some of the episodes went by like a bit impatient, right? Because I kept reading through the... or I kept speeding through the text. I kept speed reading through the text. Like I said, I didn't want to make this episode or like these playthroughs unenjoyable for people. That's usually how I play like these visual novels. I play through them in big chunks. But that just doesn't work when it comes to let's playing a visual novel. It just doesn't. I felt like I was rushing through a lot of it, not giving you guys my clear thoughts about the spectacles that were going on. And yeah, I feel like these last couple of episodes that I've been doing just make a lot more sense and feels more right, even when I'm let's playing them too. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed Tokyo Necro. This has been quite the journey, quite the adventure. Let's close it off and start a new journey at some point. But for now, I will be focusing on rants. So we'll be doing Kichiko rants, and after that, rants 5, 6, Sengoku. And after that, we will be tackling through other visual novels. But yeah, thank you guys for enjoying this journey along with me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.